Welcome to the FinTech CTO podcast. In this podcast, we'll talk about the compliance and risk challenges that financial institutions face. So, the financial services industry is a $26 trillion behemoth, and it thrives on trust and security. Financial institutions hold a tremendous responsibility in that they have to safeguard sensitive data for millions of individuals and businesses. And they also have to ensure the smooth flow of trillions of dollars daily across the global economy. However, navigating the ever-changing landscape of risk and compliance poses a constant challenge. What are the five key areas where financial institutions face significant hurdles? And how are these hurdles intertwined with specific reporting mandates? Number one, constantly evolving regulatory requirements. A 2023 study by Accenture found that compliance costs have increased by 60% for retail and corporate banks compared to the pre-financial crisis levels. Keeping up with the influx of regulatory mandates requires constant vigilance. For instance, introduction of open banking regulations in Europe, also called PSD2, mandated stricter data security measures for FIs, along with specific reporting requirements on implemented changes and customer notifications. Number two, risk reporting requirements that vary significantly across regions. So the global nature of finance presents another huge challenge. A 2022 report by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York estimates that cross-border financial transactions account for 10% of global GDP. A bank with a presence in the United States and Singapore, for instance, would need to comply with the Bank Secrecy Act and AML or anti-money laundering reporting requirements in the US, while also adhering to Singapore's stricter Know Your Customer KYC regulations and their specific reporting mandates. Number three, higher dynamic security threat landscape. Cybersecurity threats are a constant thorn in the side of FIs. According to PwC, the financial services industry witnessed a 78% increase in cyber attacks in 2022 compared to 2021. Effective incident response plans are essential for banks, along with robust reporting procedures in terms of reporting security breaches promptly to regulatory authorities, often with specific details about the nature of the breach, the data potentially compromised, including the number of customers affected, the financial loss incurred, and the steps taken to rectify the situation. Number four, stringent reporting and documentation requirements. Regulatory bodies often require FIs to maintain detailed records of vast amounts of data. A study by IBM found that the financial services industry generates more data than any other industry vertical. This data can include customer transactions. These are estimated about 1 trillion daily ACH payments in the US alone. Risk assessment data, internal control data. So banks need efficient data management systems to ensure accurate and timely reporting. This might include customer due diligence, CDD reports, ongoing monitoring reports to identify suspicious activity, and reports on implemented sanction screening measures. And finally, cloud security and compliance needs. Cloud computing offers financial institutions and banks flexibility and scalability, but introduces new considerations. A study by Gartner predicts that by 2025, 95% of financial institutions will move a portion of their core banking systems to the cloud. However, data security in the cloud environment now needs to be robust and more robust than before. Banks are responsible for ensuring they understand where their data is stored, the chain of custody of the data, and also understand how it's protected by their cloud service providers and where the line of demarcation is in terms of shared responsibility between the cloud provider and the bank. Reporting on these measures and any potential cloud security related risks becomes critical. So by effectively managing these five risks and adhering to compliance mandates, banks can build trust with their customers and regulators. Quite often, this means investing in automation tools, fostering a culture of compliance, and maintaining a proactive approach to security as essential steps in being able to navigate today's complex financial landscape. To learn more, please go over to industrytechs.com, where we have our FinTech CTO program, which has 12 main modules, as you can see here, which cover business and the technology of banking, along with 10 hands-on modules where we discuss specific architectures and demos. And Module 8 is a module where we've done about an hour and a half of discussion on risk tech, where we talk about risk management, business and architecture patterns in banking. With that, hope you had a nice podcast, and hope to see you on the next podcast soon. Thank you.